here we go. My name is Casey Stubbs, and today's training is called Breakthrough Indicator Workshop, how to use a simple 3-step strategy to target the most profitable trades in the market. My name is Casey Stubbs, and today you're going to learn a totally new way to spot the most lucrative trades in the currency market. What you're about to see is a massive discovery that has taken almost a decade to bring to you today. A way to predict powerful market turns that has never been possible in the markets before. And it all has to do with this formula. What you're looking at is an estimation model developed by mathematicians over 300 years ago. This formula is the backbone of the most powerful indicator I've ever seen. And when you apply it to your platform, it gives you a clear 3-step process for getting in and out of high profit trades. It's called the tipping point indicator, or as we like to call it, the TPI. It's designed to do something amazing, to get you into big, juicy reversal trades with near perfect timing. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go look at the USD Swiss back on May 3rd. This looks like a perfect breakout to the downside. And the headlines were all saying that the USD Swiss was a clear sell. In fact, new concerns about the US banking crisis were weighing heavily on investors. And a herd of retail traders was piling in short on the USD Swiss. At the same time, the tipping point indicator was showing something very different. You see this green arrow here? It means that while everyone else is selling, a major bullish reversal could be around the corner. Everybody was selling, but the tipping point indicator was giving us a clue. And sure enough, the USD Swiss took off over the next few days. That's a quick 138 pip gain, or 1,380 in potential profit on a standard lot, just by following the TPI. I wish I could have shared the tipping point indicator much sooner, because it could have helped my students make a lot of money over the last few years. Let's face it, inflation has crippled many people's way of life. CNBC reported that 1 in 6 retirees is being forced to consider going back to work to make ends meet. And Yahoo Finance said 1 out of 3 Americans have less than $100 in their savings accounts. Meanwhile, the TPI could have been providing a steady income stream of profit for anyone who had access to it. And that's why I'm here today. I want to get this indicator into the hands of as many serious traders as possible today. The way it works couldn't be any simpler. Step 1 is you wait for the tipping point indicator to show an arrow on the chart, signaling that a reversal could be right around the corner. Step number 2, look for the light colored candles that show the reversal process has started. Step 3, enter a trade when the bright color candle shows up, confirming an entry signal. It's a TPI, official entry signal. That's it. Your work is done. You can go for a walk or play some golf or take your grandkids out for ice cream. Knowing you're in a high probability trade that could make you a handful of cash. Just like this one would have, a $1,735 gain. And as I'll show you today, the tipping point indicator only works because it leverages a mathematical formula that estimates when a stock will turn around. For example, check out the New Zealand US dollar on July 13th, just a few weeks ago. At the time, you would have seen New Zealand US dollar charging to the upside. In fact, a lot of indicators would have considered it a breakout opportunity and suggested a buy signal, but the TPI knew better. It warned of a reversal right near the top. And just a few candles later, the TPI gave a clear sell trigger. And sure enough, the New Zealand USD charged straight down from there. Here it is, 161 pip move that quick. Enough to make $1,610 on just one lot. Now, let me be clear. I am not saying the tipping point indicator is a crystal ball that predicts every market move. But because the TPI uses an extremely accurate estimation model, never before applied to the markets, it was able to predict the exact turnaround on the New Zealand US dollar. And anyone who had the TPI on their chart could have made a pile of money by following it. Now, if you're not convinced just yet, good, you should be skeptical. I've never seen a tool capable of consistently tapping into the most lucrative trades in the market like the tipping point indicator. See, what I'm showing you today is not just another back-tested strategy for trading the market. It's a major breakthrough in the world of trading and investing. I believe it's the most powerful indicator ever made available to regular investors like you and me, because it's the only one I've seen consistently deliver accurate, real-time buy and sell signals on the most profitable setups in the market. You're not going to find this indicator on any regular trading platform. You couldn't even recreate it with the best AI and backtesting tools in the world. It's not available on premium platforms like Bloomberg, TradeStation, or anything else. And I can say that with 100% confidence, because this mathematical formula has never been applied to the markets like this before. And it took a world-class mathematician combined with our top programmer over 3 years to bring it to where it is today. In fact, we were told it simply could not be done. But I'm happy to say, ultimately, we were able to build a top-of-the-line indicator that predicts market turns in real time. And it delivers specific buy and sell signals that anyone can follow. With the TPI on my platform, my trading has hit a whole new level. And let me tell you, trading is a lot more fun this way too. Just wait for the TPI to print an arrow directly on your chart. Look out for the colored candles letting you know the trade is primed, and jump right in when the bright colored entry candle shows up. If the TPI is right, you'll sit back and collect a handsome profit from that trade, like this one you see here for a $970 gain. Here, check out what happened on the Australian Canadian last month. The Australian Canadian was building a monster trend in the first half of June. Reuters even noted that the RBA rate decision was pushing the Aussie higher. And I have no doubt that thousands of retail traders following lagging indicators were piling into the Australian Canadian. But our indicator flagged the very top of the run as a potential tipping point. It printed a warning signal right here. And once again, it nailed it. A shocking 334 pip reversal straight to the downside. Enough for you to collect over $3,000 on just one lot. You could have made $330 just trading a mini lot on this one. Now remember, the Australian Canadian was a powerful bullish trend before the TPI warned of a reversal. And just about every headline would have told you to buy the Australian Canadian, not sell it. But if you ignored all the noise, all those other indicators, and even disregarded the trend, you could have hit a huge winner while everyone else was blindsided. $3,380 gain. Now, folks, I've been focused on the currency market full-time for the last 14 years. And I've worked with over 100 professional traders through my website and podcast, learning their strategies and testing their methods. And you may know me as the creator of the Forex Power Indicator, a revolutionary way to analyze currencies used by tens of thousands of traders around the world. I'm also one of the few people alive who's traded millions of dollars through managed Forex accounts. The point is, I've been around the block and seen just about everything in the world of Forex, but nothing I've ever encountered comes close to the tipping point indicator. It perfectly predicted the sharp USD yen reversal back in April. And it nailed the turnaround on the USD CAD with incredible accuracy. It could have told you to sell the euro dollar right at the top for a big gain. It even called this move on the USD Mexican last month. That's about 620 pips of pure profit on just those few signals alone. You see, the tipping point indicator has been doing exactly what it was designed to do. A feat most people who've never seen the TPI still probably think is impossible. It helps you catch the most profitable trades out there by predicting tipping points. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to Forex trading and have never placed a trade or used an indicator, or if you're a grizzled veteran like me who has never seen a way to trade like this before. Whether you've retired with plenty of time to focus on trading, or you work a full-time job and can only devote a few minutes a day to your trading, it doesn't matter. The tipping point indicator can take your trading to a whole new level. And let me tell you something else. Whether you have $1 million or a small $500 account, it doesn't matter either. The TPI can show you when to get out, when to get in of a steady stream of huge trading opportunities. Today, I'm going to give you all the details on how it works and show you how to add it to a trading platform for yourself. You see, I thought about keeping its proprietary code to just our team and some close friends. And selling the alerts, it gives me as a premium service to my readers. That way I could protect this incredible breakthrough, but still give everyday folks the amazing trade opportunities it delivers. But I thought it would be even better for you if I was able to give you the indicator to use on your own platform. That way, you'll have full access to all the profit potential the tipping point indicator has to offer. And my hope is that you can take your financial future into your own hands by using this tool instead of relying on me. Because really, that's my ultimate goal for you. I am committed to helping as many traders achieve it as possible. And if you don't know me, again, my name is Casey Stubbs, the founder of Trading Strategy Guides. And here's a little bit about me. I became obsessed with investing while serving overseas for the U.S. Army. I started blogging about my trading experiences about 14 years ago and developed a large following. I've never quit sharing free information about the markets for traders around the world, serving 600,000 traders through my newsletters. I became widely known for creating the Forex Power Indicator and have innovated over 100 other tools and indicators specifically for the currency markets. I've dedicated most of my professional life to trading and helping other traders, especially those with small accounts. My drive to provide transparent and valuable content about the markets has given me the opportunity to be featured in many publications online and in other locations, as well as many podcast guests. I've been on over 60 podcasts, not my show. Lastly, I've had the privilege of launching a successful podcast where I get the inside scoop from the top traders in the world. And I published my first book. Now, here's the funny thing about me. I love trading, but I don't have any kind of finance degree or Wall Street background, and I'm definitely not some sort of math whiz or genius researcher. I love trading because it's the only skill I know of that has unlimited upside. In fact, with just one great strategy, even starting small, you can generate more income than any profession on earth. And the strategy you learn today is the most profitable approach I've ever seen. So over the next few minutes, we're going to cover how one powerful math formula changed the future of investing forever for the few people who know about it, the simple 3-step process for trading these ultra profitable setups, while these particular setups are the most lucrative way to trade the market, period, and how to get the TPI indicator on your platform today. I'll even show you a live view of the TPI in real markets from my own account. Before we dive into the details, I want to remind you one more time. As excited as I am about this breakthrough development, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Even with an accurate, highly profitable strategy, you still should never risk more than you can afford to lose. And you will need to build your account up over time. Listen, the last few years have been extremely hard for people around the globe. Inflation has set many families back with no way to make up the gap. In fact, more people are going financially backwards in the first world countries than any time since World War II. Retirees are being forced back into grueling jobs at a record pace. And a horrific war rages on in Europe. Banks and governments around the world seem to create policies that punish regular people and reward the elite. A lot of people have given up on the idea of ever being financially stable, let alone getting ahead enough to enjoy life, take nice vacations, or help family and friends in need. If that's you, it's not because you're a bad investor or don't have the skill to trade. The truth is, most of the methods designed for retail investors simply don't work. In fact, they work against you. Lagging indicators cause regular investors like you and me to get into the wrong trades at the wrong time. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the pound USD just 2 weeks ago. It looks like a bullish trader's dream. Everything was pointed to continue the momentum up. There's confirmed trend. continuation pattern. It broke through support. It was building momentum. All the signs were pouring into long. So, of course, retail traders piled into pound USD buy positions. Now, here's what you need to understand. When retail buyers flock to a position, all the orders they add is like a magnet for institutions. They see this easy money piling and building and building. Eventually, enough retail money stacks up and it hits a tipping point. The tipping point simply signifies when enough retail money is trapped in losing positions. And once that happened on pound dollar, they squeezed it straight down 295 pips. All the regular traders rushing in to buy the pound USD got slammed. And they didn't do anything wrong. No one in their right mind would be selling the pound US dollar while it charged up like this. Nobody would. Unless they knew how to spot the tipping point ahead of time, like the TPI did. In a minute, I'm going to dive deeper in this tipping point setup and how to spot it with the TPI. Then I will show you some examples live on my charts. But first, I think it's important to understand why it works. See, the truth is simple. At its core, the market has worked the same way for hundreds of years. And it will work the same way for the next 100 years, too. Here's why. The market is controlled by human emotion, and human emotion won't change. In fact, let me prove it to you. You have to promise to be honest, though. How many of you in here have ever taken a FOMO trade? I'm raising my hand. In other words, you saw a fast-moving trade and it didn't meet your strategy, but you didn't want to miss out. FOMO means fear of missing out, for those of you that might be wondering what I'm talking about. Give me a yes in the chat if you've ever chased a trade and then got crushed as it turned around shortly after you got in. Okay, me, that's me. Or give me a yes if you've ever stayed in the trade too long. Has anybody ever done that? Maybe you moved your stop loss a few times or just told yourself you'd get out at a certain point, but held on too long. I've done that. Raising my hand. Those are two simple examples of emotion controlling trading decisions. Good. Those are good examples. I imagine there's not a single person in this webinar who hasn't done that, myself included. Why? Because it's human nature. Now, do you realize who else knows that retail investors give in to emotions like this every day? Well, the market makers know it. The institutional traders know it. Banks and hedge funds know it. Quantitative trading algos know it. In fact, look at what Bloomberg said. Wall Street's next frontier is hacking into the emotions of traders, straight on the Bloomberg headline. There's nothing they love more than to tap a frenzy of retail activity and make some easy money for themselves. Just like how they sent the pound USD flying down right as the most retail investors were finally buying late to the party. Listen, institutions taking advantage of the dumb money shouldn't really surprise anyone. They have teams of researchers, insider connections, world-class artificial intelligence, algos, and supercomputers. While regular investors use outdated, lagging indicators. But here's the thing. These tipping points create massive opportunity if you know how to spot them. Because when the tipping point is hit, it tends to snap back fast. Market makers like to turn the tables on retail investors before they can react. The faster they can move price, the more retail money they can snatch up. which is why being on the right side of the tipping point can be very profitable. Instead of being the trader who is being taken advantage of, imagine a very different reality. Imagine seeing that reversal on the pound dollar coming from a mile away. Placing a trade when you got the signal and grabbing 294 pips in just 24 hours. Meaning you could have placed that trade and then shut down your computer for the day to spend some time with the family, get away for a few hours of fishing, or just relax and read a book or whatever you want to do. And when you logged into the next day, you could have seen that your profit target was hit and an extra $292 was sitting in your account. Enough to surprise your spouse with a nice dinner or even put a dent in your rent payment. Like I said, nothing is going to make you a millionaire overnight, but I think you'll be amazed at how quickly your profits can stack up once you start using the TPI. And it's all thanks to a brand new way to tap into the most profitable trade setups in the entire market. Because the TPI isn't a lagging indicator that will get you trapped. Instead, it uses a powerful mathematical estimation method to actually predict these tipping points. In other words, it's done using the opposite of what most people do. Here it is again on gold. Retail is piling in, and most people were waiting in line to buy gold back in June as it broke out. But the TPI warned that it had reached its tipping point and was about to reverse hard. You see the arrow and the bright red candle? That means the TPI is telling you to sell. Sure enough, gold collapsed over the next few days, enough to grab a $2,000 profit with just one lot. So do you see how TPI is predicting the market instead of getting caught on the wrong side of the market? By now, you're probably wondering how on earth it's able to do that. Well, do you remember this formula? It's called the Newton-Raphson formula, and it was designed to predict estimates of extremely complex problems, like how much traffic will exist during specific points in time. Estimating traffic is nearly impossible because you have so many variables, like population, work hours, season, day of the week, time of events, accidents, and many, many more. So the Newton-Raphson formula was created to estimate things with many complex variables. And it's important to understand this formula does not analyze past data like most indicators. It's designed to estimate what will happen in the future. In other words, it was built to predict complex human behaviors. As we've already discussed, there's nothing more human than the markets. But until now, it had never been applied to the markets. And for good reason. The calculations that allow this model to estimate market data are tedious and complex. In fact, the truth is I could have never figured this out by myself. About 10 years ago, I met a mathematician from Iran named Manny, and he was obsessed with trading as I was. And we've worked together on projects off and on for the last decade. And then recently, out of the blue, he sent me a shocking message that said he had finally cracked the code. He found a way to apply this dynamic formula to the Forex market, and he was getting amazing results. So I worked with him and our best programmer through countless variations so that we could actually show what Manny had figured out on the charts. Finally, we arrived at a powerful indicator that simplifies all the complex data into actionable signals right on your platform. And it all works in 3 simple steps. Step number 1, it locates a tipping point. Step number 2, it shows you that it's ready. Step number 3, it tells you when to buy or sell with a bright green or red candle. And that's it. As simple as that. You have a high probability entry signal using the power of this mathematical formula. All you have to do is click the sell button on your platform when a red candle shows up, and a buy button and buy when a green candle shows up. The TPI even prints recommended stop loss and target lines right on the chart for you. And a feature I love is that it keeps the candles bright colored for as long as the trade is active. We've designed this to be the easiest indicator to trade that you'll ever see. Because what good is this spectacular strategy if you can't follow it? In this case, you could have grabbed 186 pips on just one easy trade. Trading, that's $186 if you're trading a mini lot, or a whopping $1,860 profit on a standard lot in about 24 hours. It's really that easy. In fact, let me go to my charts and show you the tipping point indicator in real time. After everything I showed you today, I hope you're as convinced as I am that the TPI can change your trading forever. So let's take a look at the real charts here. I just wanted to pull it up so you could actually see what it looks like. So this is my chart right here. And you can see that we have the warm-up period and the entry, and there's a trade right there. A perfect setup. And then right over here, we go back to the left, right here. This is another one. It's got the warm-up, the entry, and the entry. Boom, another perfect setup. And we just keep going back and we can see them. Here was one setup. This one didn't work. It was a loser. But then this one, we're bouncing around here. This one right here was a winner, right? So we got, just been looking back just briefly, 3 out of 4 trades. That's 75%. And so if you're winning 75% of your trades and you're using good money management, you are being an effective trader, which is what the TPI indicator is designed to do, is to help you become an effective trader. But you can see by looking at your charts, at these charts, just how simple it really is. So I want to put this in your hands. Listen, I've never seen so many people struggle to get ahead as I'm seeing right now. At the same time, institutions are investing billions of dollars into better algos, new age supercomputers, and the next generation of artificial intelligence. The goal of that? To take retail traders' money. As market makers continue to squeeze the profits out of regular investors' hands, I expect more people to suffer. But if you are here today, you don't have to be one of them. Instead, you'll know when to buy and when to sell to be on the right side of tipping points, which means you can sidestep all the damage that comes with institutions targeting retail traders and even turn their massive advantage into your advantage. So if you want to tap into the power of the tipping point indicator, then I'd love to help you get started right now. So here's what I have done. I've put together something I call the TPI strategy guide. This walks you through everything you need to know about trading the tipping point indicator, including how to use it in a few simple steps. Examples of buy and sell trades that are easy to follow. How to use the profit targets for maximum effectiveness, and even a hit list of the 5 pairs we most recommend for 5 TPI trades. It gives you everything you need to hit the ground running and start making money with the TPI. In addition to the strategy guide, I'm providing a 1-page installation for TPI. The tipping point indicator works on any MetaTrader platform. Don't worry, it takes no technical skills to install. You'll be able to click a few buttons with our automatic install setup and be ready to trade in minutes. We even include a video in addition to the guide, showing you how it works step by step. So don't worry, it's not hard to install at all. Now, if you don't use MetaTrader, that's totally fine. You can still put the TPI to work for you. All you have to do is open a demo account from MetaTrader, which takes, about 60 seconds. Then use the MetaTrader platform to get the signal and place the trades anywhere you like, just like this. You see it on the chart, and then you go to your platform to take the trade. It's simple. So you don't need a live MetaTrader account to make this really simple. All you need to do is download the TPI and wait for those beautiful red and green candles. As you can see, we've done everything to make this the most powerful indicator on the planet. I've seen lesser indicators sell for $1,997 per year. They don't have the mathematical edge that TPI does. And they're much harder to use too. So I think I could sell this indicator for about $2,500 per year. Think about it. The last USD Swiss signal would have paid for the entire year in just one trade. That was a $2,700 gain. And take a look at how it did just last week. A profit of $9,857. So it would be worth every penny. And when you see it in action, I think you'll agree. But today it won't be anywhere near that price for you, because I've put together a brand new Founders Club for the TPI. And whoever claims a founding membership will get a very special deal. As I showed you, you'll get everything you need to start using the TPI right now when you join. I'm about to give you a link where you can secure access to the tipping point indicator for yourself. But before I do, I have 3 massive bonuses I want you to be aware of. These bonuses will give you absolutely everything you need to crush it with the tipping point indicator. First, I'm going to include our complete MetaTrader for Beginners guide at 0 cost to the new TPI members. This is going to walk through the simple steps of using MetaTrader, even if you've never heard of it before. From everything from downloading the platform, setting up your charts, buying and selling, managing positions, and more. With this guide, you'll be able to hit the ground running and feel confident when you execute trading opportunities. And you won't miss any profits by wasting time figuring it out. That's the first bonus. Next, you're going to get the Tipping Point Masterclass. This is a series of 3 short videos walking you through the strategy on live charts. It will show you how the indicator works in real time, how to place trades, and give you some pro tips on getting the most profit out of every signal. This masterclass alone is worth $500 or $1,000 because it shares some key insight into the most powerful strategy I've ever seen. But it's yours today as a free bonus when you take advantage of the TPI Founders Club special offer. Okay, I have one more major bonus for you, just to make sure you are set up to succeed no matter what. Next week, I'm going to host a live Q&A class for TPI founding members only. This way, you can get all set up with the indicator and hopefully already have some profits in your pocket by the next time we meet. And then you can ask me any additional questions you might have during the live session. And we'll even look for some trading opportunities together while I share my charts with you. To be honest, the indicator is so straightforward that I don't think you'll need any additional guidance to put into action. But I don't want you to have any excuse not to have success with the TPI indicator. So here's everything I'm going to include in our Founders Club of the Tipping Point Indicator: the Masterclass, the indicator, the strategy guide, the 2-minute video, the MetaTraders video, and the live Q&A. plus the hit list. It's all going to be in there. Now, if you're starting to wonder how much it's going to cost to get started today, please understand, I am not going to charge thousands of dollars like you'd expect. You see, initially, our plan was to keep the indicator behind closed doors so that no one had access to the indicator itself. We were just going to sell the alerts that the indicator provided. And you could pay to get the alerts ahead of time. Instead, I decided to do something completely different. I realized if I could give you the indicator itself to keep forever on your own platform and teach you how to use it, it will give you a lifetime of profitable opportunities instead of year of black box trades. So that's what I decided to do. As part of the Tipping Point Indicator Founders Club, you can download the indicator on your own platform to keep forever. That means no subscription fees, no annual renewals, no recurring charges, lifetime access. But I'm only going to give you lifetime access to the TPI when you become a founding member today. I also want you to have unlimited upgrades to the Tipping Point Indicator as well. That means as we add enhancement and features over the years, you'll get every upgrade at zero cost just for being a founding member. You might think that the Founders Club is going to be around $5,000 with lifetime access and unlimited upgrades, and I think it would be well worth that, which is pretty obvious. But I want to make this opportunity a no-brainer for everyone here. Just so you know what a no-brainer means is that you don't have to think about it. So instead of paying $2,500 or more for a yearly subscription like you'd normally see, you'll get everything here for just one low price. The Tipping Point Indicator, which is a $2,500 value, lifetime access and unlimited upgrades, which is a $3,500 value, a 5-pair hit list, which is a $297 value, the TPI strategy guide, which is a $497 value, the TPI install guide and video, which is a $99 value, the TPI Masterclass series, which is a $997 value, the MetaTrader Beginner's Guide, which is a $297 value, and lastly, the TPA Live Q&A, which is a $397 value. It's all going to be included for one price, which is a value of $8,584. But the founding members will get the Tipping Point Indicator for the lowest price that we will ever offer it. So if you're ready to put the TPI to work for you, get your credit card ready and claim a founding membership before they run out. Because it won't cost you $8,584 to claim one of these spots. Not even half of that. Today, you can get unrestricted lifetime access to the TPI for just $497. Just one payment of $497 gets you access forever to the entire Founders Club membership. You get everything in here for just one payment of $497 today. Okay, Ben, please drop that discounted link into the chat box now. Or you could just type in tradingstrategyguides.com/TPI into your browser, and it'll take you directly to the order form. tradingstrategyguides.com/TPI right now. Once you complete the order form, you'll be able to access your members area with everything we've covered today. So just go ahead and claim your spot right now. Join the Founders Club. We would be excited to have you. Thank you. We're looking forward to seeing you in there. All right, now just claim your spot. The link is in the chat. You can also just type it in. All right, now And in a matter of a few minutes, you could have the tipping point indicator set up and ready to rock. Remember, you're also going to get a ton of bonuses that will help you start making money with TPI faster. Remember, you're going to get the 5-pair hit list, which is a $297 value. The TPI strategy guide, which is a $497 value. The TPI install guide and video, which is a $99 value. The TPI Masterclass series, which is a $997 value. MetaTrader Beginner's Guide, which is a $297 value. And the TPI Live Q&A, which is a $397 value. Okay. And founding members get lifetime access to all of it. To secure your spot, just click the link in the chat or type tradingstrategyguides.com/TPI into your browser. And you'll land on our secure order form. Just fill your details and you'll get an immediate confirmation email from our system. You'll be using the tipping point indicator and downloaded within minutes. As a matter of fact, there's some big opportunities setting up right now. We've been watching them. They're getting ready to trigger. And as soon as you get in there, as soon as you get the indicator, you're going to be able to find those which could potentially cover the cost of the indicator on the very first trade in who knows how long it would take. Now, we've also added another bonus just for founding members, okay? Another bonus we've just decided to add. Ben and I were talking, and we wanted to make sure this founders group was able to become a real community with direct access to us. And I have found over the years that community is one of the most important things in development because you need to have access, direct access to me and my team, because that access is invaluable to give you exactly what you need. And we're going to give you some special stuff in this community. So we launched a members only Telegram channel just for TPI founding members. You can join the channel for free from your phone, and we'll provide instructions. And in the channel, you can ask questions, post ideas, connect with us and other founding members. We'll post live signals in this channel with key updates and more. It's just one more bonus to make this a no-brainer for you. Listen, I really believe the tipping point indicator is a life-changing opportunity for many of you in here. After seeing what it can do, and I'm sure you'll agree, but the problem is most people never take action. Even if they believe that the opportunity is good for them, they let it pass them by. And years later, they look back and wish they could have taken action. Don't let that happen to you today. I know that there are some things in my life that I have regretted, and usually it has stemmed from being passive, by being passive or conservative and saying, oh, I was afraid to take that step. Or maybe sometimes even I had a little bit of a negative mindset or skepticism. And as I've been maturing as a trader and as a human being, I have learned to become an action taker. And sometimes when I've taken those risks and taken that step, I've seen incredible results from taking those steps. So become an action taker, because you're not going to get success if you continue to do what you've always done. You've got to be willing to make a change and to do things different. Take action. Sign up, take action today. Now, your financial future won't change by doing the same thing. you have to change it. See, I got a little bit ahead of the slides because why? Because I know this. It's one of those things that's like in my heart. It's deep in me. I know that you have to take steps. And today I'm giving you an opportunity, right? I've made it as easy as I can for you with this incredible Founders Club special deal. But now it's up to you. You can go on trying old and outdated methods that burn retail traders, that the institutions and the big bankers, those methods that they're just smiling when they see them. You know, when those big bankers look at those old methods and they see the retail traders eating it up like candy, they're just like, oh, there's a big smile on their face because they know that they're falling for it. But you can go continue to fall for their tricks, or you can do something radically different and unlock the power of tipping points in this market. If you're ready, just visit the link to claim your spot before the offer expires. Okay, I'm going to jump in the chat here, and I believe Ben's already been doing that. But let me know in the chat if you have any questions. But I've prepared some questions ahead of time because I know that there's going to be a lot of questions. And so for the people that have jumped in, we've got a ton of people jumping in, and we're going to address them. And I want to just thank everyone right now. But for those of you that are still on the fence wondering, we're going to hit the Q&A. So stick through. I'm going to be here. Ben's going to be here. We're going to be here for you to help you get your questions answered. So let's go ahead and start out. So first question, how big of an account do I need? Well, you can trade micro and even nano lots on these trades. So any account size is fine. And because the TPI has the potential to rack up a lot of pips, you can do great with a small account. So answer to that was small account is awesome with TPI. There really is no minimum. Okay. All right. Does the TPI work on MT5? I saw that all over the place in the chat, and the answer is yes. We designed it for MT4 and MT5. I probably should have been more clear on the front end on that in the presentation, but yes, thank you for that great question. Yes, it does work on MT4 and MT5. So if we're on the fence and you were wondering, just go ahead and jump on right now. Claim your spot, tradingstrategyguides.com/TPI. Okay, question. How do I know when to get out? TPI prints stop loss and target lines right on the chart for you. So how do I know when to get in and when to get out? So it has target and take profit lines right on the chart for you. So the one thing I want to say about this is you have to learn how to do good money management, because it's not get rich quick. It's consistent money producing indicator. So you still have to follow the money management rules. You're not going to want to go what they call YOLO. We don't want to do YOLO trades, okay? Which means you only live once, baby. And I agree, we want to be action takers because we do only live once. We want to take that step forward, but we don't want to be reckless, right? This is not joining in and getting involved with this is not a reckless activity. So continue to answer. Well, actually, before I answer the questions, I just want to stop here for just a minute to thank everyone that's joined in. So far, we've got a ton of people that have signed up, and I just want to thank you. We've got Richard. Thank you, Richard. We got Samuel and AJ and Cassandra and Min and Thomas and Marion and Bale and Dewan and Earl and Roger, Chad, Dean, Steve, Catherine, Karuna, Virginia, Ken, Craig. Welcome. Welcome to the TPI Founders Club. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Telegram group. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And there's still more coming in. So if I didn't say your name yet, that's okay. because I will. But now, okay, let me get back to the questions. Thank you. All right. It depends, or how many trades will I get per week? How many trades? Okay. So I can't answer this question directly because I cannot predict what the tipping point indicator is going to find. But I will say that you're going to get plenty. You're going to get more than enough. Okay. So what that means is you can put this on as many charts as you want. And it depends on your broker, but some of the brokers have hundreds of instruments. They're called instruments. There's hundreds of instruments to trade, and it's not just currency. There's hundreds of instruments. So you could get 10 to 20 trades per week. But I recommend not that many because you don't need that much. You just got to be consistent and find the best setup. So that's where the hit list is going to come in to play. You're going to want to use that hit list. All right. Well, if you're still thinking about it, join up right now. We'd love to have you join the Founders Club. Right now, we got a lot of people jumping in. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Let's keep going with more questions here. All right. So does it work on Bitcoin? Yes. Yes, it does. And Bitcoin is on the hit list. Okay. Bitcoin has been very successful. It is on the hit list of the TPI indicator. All right. Does it work on stocks? And so this is a question I'm going to sit on here for a minute. Does it work on stocks? So the answer to this is it can give signals on any symbol inside of MetaTrader. So in fact, we had a huge win on the ES just a few weeks ago. So let me explain what the ES is. For you, those of you future traders, I bet your ears perked up. Oh, the ES? Yeah. Yeah, the ES is awesome. So the ES means the Standard & Poor's futures. It's the S&P 500, okay? Now, most currency brokers have this. And so the answer is yes, it works on the NASDAQ 100, which is also known as the NQ. It works on the ES, and it works on gold, okay? It works on oil, and it works on hundreds of stocks, not every stock, but it's the stocks that are inside of inside of the Forex broker that you recommend. So again, yes, it does work on many stocks, and we've taken it. We love it. It's very successful on the indexes. The S&P 500 is extremely successful on that. All right. Now, can I change we're switching gears here. The next question, can I change the settings and the colors? Of course, you can set up the TPI however you want, or you can just use the default settings so you're up and ready to trade in just a few minutes. Again, we've made this simple and ready to go so that it doesn't take a lot of like trying to figure something out. If you ever tried to get something new and you're reading the owner's manual and it's just so complicated that you don't actually use it, one of the things that I've run into with one of the problems I've run into many times is when I get into a new trading system, it's just so complicated, right? And I've been guilty of this before, of building systems and making it so hard to get into. But for the TPI, we focused on simplicity. We took the most powerful indicator that we possibly could, and we created it and made it simple. Simple is the way to go here. And so we don't want you messing around trying to figure things out. This comes out of the box, plug and play, simple and easy to use for the average trader. So if you've ever had that complex thing where you have analysis paralysis, then this is the indicator for you. You're going to want to try this out right now. I have talked to so many people about analysis paralysis, and I've had to coach them through on how to break through that, because there's so many different things that can cause stumbling in the market. things to trip up over. But we've made the TPI indicator simple. So just go ahead and jump in. Grab the TPI indicator today. The link is in the chat, or you can just go to tradingstrategyguides.com/TPI. Okay, just like I said, or type in tradingstrategyguides.tpi. And hey, we're still getting a ton of questions, so we're going to handle them all. So if you're still interested, if you're still thinking about it, don't go anywhere. But take a look. You just get all of this today for just one payment of $497. And we are getting quite a few more sales coming in. We're getting Jackson and Roberto and Steve and Robert and Joe and Sharon. And we just got Chuck and Charlie and Dave and BJ and Ten. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I appreciate your trust in the Founders Club with the tipping point. Today is the day to make your tipping point. Okay. So let's go ahead and I wanted to see if Ben wanted to help me out, because I have not really looked at the chat, but right now, wanted to see if Ben could help me.
Hey,
Ben, could you highlight some questions maybe?
Yeah, so we got some good questions, really good questions coming in. And so one of the ones I just saw here was this: do you recommend a broker for this indicator? So that's something maybe you could answer. I don't know.
So you know what, Ben, that's a great question. And who asked that? Do you have their name?
I don't know if I could pronounce that.
Okay, well, it doesn't. I like to answer with the name, so that's fine.
I'm not sure I saw your name.
I don't want you to butcher anyone's name live.
Yeah, that might be a little embarrassing.
But you know what? Really any broker will work. But we will send some recommendations probably a day after they play around with it, because if they don't have a broker, they obviously need to get set up with one. So we'll send some recommendations their way. But we have been doing this for a long time there, so that we know of a lot of good ones.
This is a good one right here. Is it included with the Forex Master Trader? So that's something that it's something else that we have, but the answer to that is no. So this is a completely separate system. We can't just lump everything together and that's just going to just cause complete and utter confusion. We don't want to do that. So this is its own system. This is its own thing. This is its own.
You know what, Telegram. Ben, you're absolutely right.
Right.
The thing is, keeping things clean and simple is very important. And we want to make sure that we're guarding people's success by keeping things simple. Right. So I want to consider myself as the guardian of people's success. And by doing that, I yank out complication out of their lives, because people have a tendency to overcomplicate. And when I'm working with students, I'm like pulling out things, making it simple for them. So, okay.
Thomas had a great question, actually. So he asked about PayPal. So we don't prefer that, but if things aren't working out for you, we can reach out. We have your email, so we'll go ahead and reach out, but we might be able to get something there for you. So
if you can't use our payment form and you need PayPal, just let us know right now in the chat. We've got Thomas's email, so we will. Ben, I can count on you to make sure you're going to send Thomas an email, right?
I will. I could promise you that I'll send you an email, Thomas.
Okay. And you know what? Ben is a man of his word. I have known Ben for a long time, and he never lets me down. Right, Ben?
I try. I do my best.
Honestly, I can't think of a time. So you are a man of integrity, and I appreciate that about you. Okay. Good. Okay. Any other questions? Like Ben, you've been manning the chat for a while. How active is the chat been?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, we got tons of questions. Really good questions. I think you honestly answered a little bit of them. One of the ones early on, someone mentioned about EFC, which is an interesting. Actually, I saw a couple questions about, or a couple comments about EFC. And a lot of people kind of noticed that it does look the same. I mean, we got the same programmer, we got all the same guys. We like our system. We like how our system works. Our traders love how clean and simple some of our indicators are. So we kind of used a little bit of that, and that's kind of what it looks like. So yeah, but it's obviously it's a completely different system. It's not anywhere near what the EFC's strategy is. That's a completely different strategy. But I thought that was a pretty interesting question, and people kind of a lot of traders are like noting, it's like, oh, this kind of looks like what you got. Well, yeah, it's we have a formula that's working, so we wanted to keep it as simple. It's going back to just keeping it as simple as possible, and that's kind of what we.
But I want to just clarify, the system is completely different. Like
100%
this,
different.
when we talk about the mathematical formula that is used to calculate the tipping point, that is something we've never seen before, and that's the formula that we. And when I say we, it's definitely not me, because I'm not a math person, but it's a really powerful mathematical formula that Manny stumbled onto, and we've been working with him. So it's totally unique from the EFC with the formula.
Yes. Yeah, Manny's a smart guy. Every time I talk to him or every time we chat with him, it's just like, it's mind blowing. All the stuff that he's saying. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I trust you. So,
well, yeah,
it's really cool.
And we've seen it happen with the trades, and we've been blown away with how the trades have been working. I mean, I mentioned in the presentation that it's just, wow, I was just shocked. And I told this story for some of you that listen to my podcast, and I don't know if I told you this, Ben, but and keep those questions coming. We're gonna get it. So please.
Yeah, I'm getting your guys' emails. Anybody who's asking about
please
PayPal,
send us emails. Please answer questions. We're thanks for the people that have just signed up with Dave and Raymond, and thank you guys. So grab that indicator. It's right there. Trading Strategy Guide /TPI. Go ahead and grab it. So thank you all so much. Okay. So anyways, I was just sharing the story. When Manny first dropped this on me, Ben, and for everyone that's listening, I kind of blew him off saying, yeah, I'll look into it, because people present stuff to me all the time. Like, I've been around for a long time, and my newsletters reach 600,000 people, and my podcast has over 220,000 downloads. And so I get a lot of people reaching out to me. And so when Manny, I've even known Manny for a long time, and I trust him. But when he sent me the indicator, I'm like, I'll take a look at it, not thinking that I was going to do anything. I'm just going to do you a favor and take a look at it. But then when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, it didn't take long for me to be like totally blown away by what he created. And so it's like, we got to make this happen. So we really got to work really hard on it.
Yeah, we moved quick. Quick once we saw, it's like when it hits us, how the back end system works. When we saw it was looking, I was like, okay, that is pretty remarkable. So, but we made the indicator so like a lot more simpler than what it could have been, like what the original would have been. So that's why it's the nice color candles, the nice little arrow, the nice stop loss, take profit, entry lines. It's great. So it's a great system.
Okay. So Ben, we have a great question from Graham. Graham is really hitting us up with some good questions. And one of the things that Graham wanted to know is, does it work on all the time frames? Okay. And so let me take some time, and Ben, you can send out those emails if you want to the PayPal people, but let me take some time here to answer Graham's question, because there's some really key fundamental things that I need to talk about when I ask that question, when he asked that question. So Graham, the answer is it works on the 1 hour chart, but we have designed it so that it's cross-checking the higher time frames, right? So it's running that mathematical formula, which is making a prediction of the tipping point, but then we're looking for it on a higher time frame. We're looking for that tip to happen, and for the tip and then the charge to the new direction, the tip and charge. And we're looking on multiple time frames, but we've designed it to work on the 1 hour. Okay. And it's, so you have to keep your chart on the 1 hour. And the reason why we did that, for number one, is we designed the indicator to scan multiple time frames so that it could increase the accuracy by delivering on the 1 hour. Okay. That's one thing you need to know. We also did it again was for I had said that I'm the guardian of my trader's success. And so I want to keep it simple. And so at this point, I've got it extremely simple. I've done it extremely simple so that traders can know exactly what to do, know exactly when to get into the trade, so that they don't have to think about things, so they don't have to get complicated, and so they can just make it happen. Okay, and so that's the answer to the question is it works on the 1 hour, but that's why we did that. Now, would the indicator, if we were to open it up to all the time frames, work on lower time frames? The formula does work. As you know, trading is fractal, so anything that works on one time frame will work on another, but it's always more effective on higher time frames, and we're using the higher time frame to really target in the question. Okay, so good question, Graham. Thank you. Yeah, so if that simplicity makes sense to you and is something that you're really excited about, then yeah, jump in. Grab this, become a part of the Founders Club today. We're really excited to have you on board. And, you know, we're getting some more people coming in. Even now, Roy and Byron just come in. So I can see there's still a lot of people that are interested. And if you're on the fence and you're thinking about it, you know, this is an opportunity. You got to take action and make it happen and get into the Founders Club. So I'm going to answer a couple other questions here. And if you're still here and you haven't joined into the Founders Club yet, let us know why not. Let me know why not. Why haven't you? But Ainsworth, and listen, I'm going to get to everything, I promise. So if I haven't got to your question yet, there is 170 people still in here. And so there's a lot of people asking questions. And so I will get to it. Just I thank you for your patience. Okay, I thank you so much for your patience. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Ainsworth's question, which is, oh, and by the way, it looks like Ben put up a PayPal option here.
Yeah, I just got it together here. So I'm going to try to message everybody directly in this chat who was asking for it. And then I'll also, if they're not here, I'll reach out to them as well through email. So kind of both ways there.
So Ben, how did you do that while you were talking?
I don't know. I guess I was just I was doing it quickly. I can do two things at once sometimes. A lot of this stuff I could probably do with my eyes closed. So
I've always heard that you know, men aren't good at multitasking and women are better.
Oh, I'm terrible, especially
Thanks,
like
Paul.
Listening though. But yeah, when I'm doing something like this, it's just like a natural reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot those links to these guys.
Okay, we just put the PayPal option in there, and Paul just said he was taking off. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. So we just got it in, and Andrew just jumped in. Thanks, Andrew. Really excited to seeing you in the Founders Club. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to hit, and thank you for the questions. Keep posting them. We're going to get to them. I'm taking my time on them because I want to make sure that we're not rushing through. I want to make sure that everybody everybody's getting good access and getting their questions thoroughly answered, not just quickly. So let's see. Who was it? Sorry, I'm just going to go through it here. It was Ainsworth. Ainsworth wanted to see a demo of the indicator. Okay, Ainsworth, let's take a look. So I'm going to pull up the trading platform here. And so here's a great example. This is a trade right here where it gets the tipping point, and then it has the entry right here. And it went right down. And you can see it puts the little green thumb because it hit the target right away. And, you know, we put the targets pretty quick because we like a high winning percentage. But in this case, it was a 40 pip target. And, you know, this thing just kept moving. It kept going another 180 pips. And we find that a lot. But one of the things I want to mention here in trading is that you don't want to focus too much on trying to hit those home runs. I just try to hit single after single after single after single, knowing that it adds up, right? It just adds up. And so this is what it looks like on the platform. And I like these nice black and white charts, but you can change them to whatever color. But I'm going to do a new one here. We're just going to go live, and I'm going to do an index because somebody was asking about stocks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the indexes here. All right, so we're going to go to one of my favorites, which is the S&P 500. Okay, so this is the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 has had some really good setups on here. And you can see right here was the great one. S&P 500 right here, it hit a great buy, okay, and it nailed it, right? S&P 500, and you know, whatever broker your broker works with. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. You can just pull it up. Here was an amazing sell trade right here on Bitcoin. This happened on July 15th right here. A nice entry on Bitcoin, and it probably is getting ready to set up here for a buy trade. But Bitcoin had a great setup, and I really enjoy crypto. And so thanks a lot, guys. We're getting some more people coming in. Alejandro just joined with us. So we've still got so many people in here and so many questions coming in, but Ainsworth wanted that demonstration of what the indicator looks like. So let's go ahead and hit that question. So great. All right. Jose is asking if it works on TradingView. Jose, great question. Excellent question. The answer is this is designed on MetaTrader. Okay, it's on MetaTrader, and we have really focused on keeping it simple, and so that's why we're doing it on MetaTrader. But remember, it only takes about 60 seconds to get a MetaTrader platform, download it, put the tool on the chart. Now, question, if you trade from TradingView and you use that, it's very simple to find the trade on MetaTrader and simply take the trade on TradingView. I have done that many times with many different brokers. It's a piece of cake, okay? Very easy to do. And if you ever have any questions about that, you can simply go and hit that up. All right, okay. So, so JT is asking if there's any brokers that will work with U.S. citizens that use gold and silver. And the answer to that is yes, JT, there is, and we'll send some over for you. You know, we'll let you know an email. If you join up and you become a member, we will definitely share what brokers you can use for the indexes for gold and silver. And while I have the chart up here, let me go ahead and pull up gold right now, just to see. Let's just take a look. Okay, so here's the gold right here. And you can see this is available to me as a U.S. Citizen. We have gold. Okay, all right, good questions, good questions. Okay, also. So if you're interested in signing up, go ahead, let us know. Yeah, thank you, JT. You're welcome. All right. Now, a great question. Let me go back to my slide here so you guys can see. Just join up now. But another great question is, when you download the MT4, does it use real time? So I have been trading stocks for a long time, and when you open up a stock trading platform, sometimes the demo is like a delay in 15 minutes, but that's actually not true. The delay, or it is true, but in MT4, the cool thing about MT4 is that it works live, right? The demo is live. There is no delay. And sometimes even TradingView has delays, but with a demo account with MT4, we'll show you how to do that. It is live. And